Hi, this is Maxine Schreiber from Simply Decorate. Today we're going to be solving a problem. I'm going to use my office space as the demonstration. The terrible problem is the chips that come on the wall. So let's get going. And as you know, we get packages, we get things coming in, and everybody knocks the corners, and it drives me crazy. If the chip is really big, I prefer using Bondo. It's a body filler. It's the same filler that they use to fill the car. It's sort of a mixture of two items, and it becomes very, very hard, and we use it certainly in metal. But on this particular case, we don't have to use Bondo. Plaster Weld is a great item to have. Number one, what it does is it gets the things to adhere to it. So if I put on the Plaster Weld first, the plaster will adhere to it, or the paint will adhere to it, and it gives it a very good surface. If you had a leak in your ceiling and you were left with a big hole and you wanted to plaster it, I would recommend to put in Plaster Weld first. Next item I used is my spackling. Now I'm kind of lazy, so I use the pre-mixed spackling. It's already prepared, ready to use. All you have to do is open it up and start spackling. Here's all the items that you possibly could use. If you're using the Bondo, I recommend rubber gloves. With the Plaster Weld, for this little small area, I do not need it. But here are all your knives that you need for the plastering, some blue tape, and some brushes to do the final work. So the first thing I'm going to do is take some of the Plaster Weld with a small brush and go inside of the groove and the chip. Plaster Weld just takes a few minutes to dry, and in the meantime I am going to blue tape my area so I know exactly where I'm working, and I won't put any more stuff anyplace else except for this chip. The Plaster Weld is dry, my taping is done, and I'm going to now fill in the chip with my plaster. What I love about the dry deck is it comes in pink, and when it's completely dry and ready for sanding, it turns white, so it makes work and life very simple. I removed the tape because now everything is dry and ready to be sanded. And as you can see, I added a little extra height to the plaster so that I could make it perpendicular and perfect to the wall. I'm using what is called a sanding block. This way I can go to both sides and get it perfectly straight and also keeping the point of the edge of the wall. As you could see, it is perfect. It is ready to be primed and painted, and you could do that very carefully with a small brush and feather it into your wall. You don't have to paint the whole wall as long as you have the same color. I hope you enjoyed our demonstration, and this is Maxine Schreiber from Simply Decorate. Remember, always be creative.